Would you like to make money and collaborate with pop culture and sports icons? Although this is a lofty goal, it is not impossible. Either way, I would like to show you how to get started customizing your first pair of shoes today. I first learned about customizing shoes from YouTube and then proceeded to continue research on the best way to do it from home online. Today, I will show you the proper tools, the proper technique, and the best way to customize your shoes from home. We will start with what type of shoe you would like to choose. A very important part of choosing a shoe to customize from home is that it should be plain white. This is very important in getting your colors to look the way you want them to look and not have an interference from the color of the shoe. Another important part is that there are large open areas like the toe or the sides of the shoe without logos or emblems where you can put your design on. And a third major part is that your shoe should be cloth based. From home, it is extremely hard to customize a leather shoe, even though you can, but you gotta buy expensive paints that are super hard to find. And that's why it's 100 times easier just to use a cloth based shoe. Now, there are some proper tools you should have before you start, one of which is an X-Acto knife. This comes in handy when making templates for your shoe and for masking off certain areas. You should have a wide array of brushes like such so that you can do different painting techniques on your shoe. And you should have water-based fabric paints. Okay, now on to customizing your shoe. Some people start with picking a base color for the whole shoe. I did not. I stayed with white. It's really up to you, but when you pick your base color, make sure to mask off any areas where you don't want that color on the shoe, like the sole right here. Make sure you tape that off. Moving on, most people will want to make a template and pick a design, such as I did Rick and Morty right here, and then I'm doing Rick on the toe currently. And for this video, I have already done one because it takes a while, but you lay masking tape over your phone screen with the image under it, and the glow from your phone will illuminate through the tape so that you can see where to trace, and then you proceed to trace that image. I chose a smiley face and I ended up tracing this little template right here. And now I'll demonstrate how to apply it onto your shoe. So you pick a wide open area like such right here, and you set your template on where you would like it to go. Now you need to pinch on both sides of the shoe, inner and outer, pressing that tape down as firmly as you can. Otherwise, it will not stop the paint from going anywhere else on the shoe. The next very important thing to remember is when making your strokes with your brush, the stroke should always go from the tape down onto the shoe. If you're brushing against the edge of the tape, you'll get a lot more paint out of the design of your template. So you always want to brush on the edges from the tape onto the shoe. Now, when you're done with that, your product will not look exactly like this, but you'll have the outline of whatever you put on there. Then, what I do, and what most people do, is after you do that, you proceed to take a different color of choice and you outline your design so that you get better clarity on it. So here I used like a neon green color to outline this, and then on the toe I used a black around Rick's hair. And those are the major things you need to know about customizing your shoes. So now that you have learned the basics of customizing your shoes from home, there are 3 things I want you to remember. Remember to choose the right shoe, because you will not succeed in doing this if you choose a leather-based shoe or a shoe that's extremely contoured without flat open areas. And remember the proper way to make templates. Don't rush it. It will be 100 times easier if you just take your time and cut out the outline. Remember the proper way to tape off areas of the shoe. Don't just slap your template on there like this right here and then just pat it a few times. It's not gonna stick and you're gonna end up with paint all over everywhere where you don't want it. Take your time, firmly press it on there. If your tape isn't sticking, get a different kind of tape. You will not regret it in the end. Hopefully these instructions have helped you get started to customize your first pair of shoes from home, and you're well on the way to collaborating with pop culture and sports icons.